Hello everyone, welcome to Visit Malta channel. In this video, I am going to talk about Malta single permit application status that is being provided by Identity Malta after your employer submit the application for a single working permit to the Identity Malta. There are almost 8 to 10 progress status that is being provided by Identity Malta, which I'm going to show you in this video. And also I'm going to show you the web page of Identity Malta where you can find the single working permit status, especially the third party status. Okay. If you're not subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel to see more detail about this video. Also, please like this video and share this video to the people who's really need to know about this Malta jobs and application status. All right. So let me show you where you can find the application status and tracking the single permit application. Okay. Another video, I have already explained how to track your single working permit application status. If you didn't watch the video, please watch the video in my channel, which I was explained in very detail how you can track the single permit application status. Okay, and how you can verify whether your application has been submitted by your employer or it is employer or agency or it is not yet submitted. So you can easily find your permit application status and the application is submitted or not. Let me show you where you can find the status of the application. Okay, in this page, if you notice, this URL will be provided by the Identity Malta to your employer and also to the employee through the email address, which you can verify your single permit application status. Okay, so after you don't need to log in or you don't need any credential to check the status. Okay, you can just simply refresh this URL that is being provided to your email by Identity Malta, and you can check the status of the single working permit. Okay, and here you will see the application reference number and your name. Okay, for example, Sultana Maria. And also you can see the currently in progress, and there are 10 different type of status which I have been consolidated past 2 years. Okay, so consider the current situation, the status may vary different. Okay, so don't get confused if your status is skipped any of the status which I'm going to show you in this video. Okay, let me show you the different status. Okay, these are all the 10 status that is being provided by Identity Malta during your starting your application from ending the application, which is the final stage of approved. Okay, and as I said again, you will not sometime you will not see all these 10 status during your application progress. You may see only few status like in review or accepted or in progress or third party status, and then you can jump onto the approved status. Okay, if your application is not have any issues like pending, withdrawal or cancel, rejection. Okay, so don't get confused if you didn't see any of the status step by step. Okay, it depends your application and the and how fast the Identity Malta is proceeding. Okay, and I'm going to explain very detail for every status what is the reason on what is happening behind the application exactly for each and every status. All right, first one is submitted. Submitted meaning your employee is the first stage. Your employer will submit your application to the Identity Malta based on the information of your employer and also your information. And in many video, I have explained the application will be submitted by both your employer and employee. Okay, if you didn't watch that video, please watch that video because you have to submit your 50% of your information and your employer will submit the 50% of your information, and your employer or you have to pay the application fees which is 280 euro. Okay, and then your employer finally submit the application to Identity Malta. Okay, so if you didn't watch that video, please watch that video so that you will understand clearly how the single working permit application has been submitted by the employer with the participation of your inputs. Okay, and once your employer submitted the single working permit application to the Identity Malta, your application status is in submitted phase, which you will not have the tracking link initially. Okay, the next status is in review, which means your application is in review by the Identity Malta. Review means Identity Malta is just checking all your application. The checklist document was provided by your employer and also you. Okay, so they will verify all the documents is just the list of document is submitted by your employer or not. So that is the only stage initially they will check to proceed the application. Okay, so in that stage you will see the status in review. The next one is accepted. Once Identity Malta reviewed all your documents, when I say reviewed all your documents based on the checklist, they will just check the document title. Okay, if it is all the document provided by you and your employer, then they'll accept the application, and they will proceed the application for a detailed verification. And next one is in progress. In progress meaning is almost similar, that every document that you have provided and your employer provided, they will verify each and every document information is eligible or not by verifying information in the document. That is something called in progress. Next one is third party. Many of them is getting confused. What is the third party and all? Okay. So recently, I have attended the webinar and come to know that what is third party. Okay, third party meaning this Identity Malta and Jobs Plus as a good tie-up. Okay, if you don't know what is Job Plus, please watch my other video. I have explained in very detail what is Job Plus. Okay, Job Plus is nothing but the employment services which holding all the employment data for every employer here in Malta. Okay, so without Jobs Plus, no one can get the jobs in Malta. Okay, so I have explained very detail in other video about Jobs Plus. So please check that video so that you will understand what is Jobs Plus. Okay. So once your application has been verified by your employer, the Identity Malta, they will send the documents, they will send the digital document to the Jobs Plus to proceed the third party verification, which means this third party verification, meaning Jobs Plus will verify your documents, for example, your passport and your education certificate and experience certificate and your old employer and even the current employer here in Malta and the registration, everything they will do the verification by sending email and by calling the respective department whether the information that your employer and you have provided is original and valid or not. Okay, so this is where your application is in very important stage, and this is where your application will be verified 100% that all the information that you and your employer is provided is true. If they find any of the information is not correct or it is tabbed by any one of you, then they will reply to the Identity Malta saying that this document is invalid and this document is a fake document. Okay, and they will not provide what document and what information is fake to your employer or you directly. So okay, they simply reject your application or cancel your application once they receive the verification information from Jobs Plus to Identity Malta. Okay, so this is very important stage. This is where your application most of the time will take time, and trust me, Jobs Plus is doing excellent job to check everything in very detail before they proceed the working permit sanctions. Okay, the next one is pending. Pending is also during your Jobs Plus, during your application document verification. Jobs Plus find any document that has been pending or required, any additional document that is required. What they will do is they'll actually notify to Identity Malta, which Identity Malta will contact your employer by requesting a pending a document. Okay, so your employer might have to provide the follow-up document to Identity Malta to start the procedure again to complete the working permit application. Okay, so you may see the pending document. Okay, at this stage, only your employer has the rights to follow up with the pending information. Okay, so you will not receive any email or anything directly from Identity Malta or Jobs Plus. So all the communication throughout your working permit application will be communicated to your employer only, not you. Okay, and the next one is withdrawal. Withdrawal means in some status you will see withdraw, which means your employer is actually for some reason they have a rights to withdraw the application. For example, if they are decided to not hire you, or if they are decided to not proceed with your application, and they have a rights to withdraw the application. Okay, and your employer has the rights to withdraw your application and trash your contract. Okay, so that stage you will see your application is withdraw. So at this stage you have to contact your employer only, and you should not contact Identity Malta for any for this reason. Okay, so you can contact your employer only. Okay, so since they are the one withdraw the application. And next one is cancel. Cancelled is something like Identity Malta decision based on the input that you and your employee provided. If it is not satisfied with the Identity Malta checklist, and or any of the document is fake, or any of the document is invalid and not able to verify by Jobs Plus, and Identity Malta has 100% rights to cancel your application, and the information will be given to your employer again why they have cancelled, and sometimes they'll give the reason, sometimes they will not give the reason if the document is tapped, or fake document. Okay, so that is the status. You can see if your application has been cancelled. And rejected is almost similar, which means your application, all the document that is being provided by you and your employer, Identity Malta and Jobs Plus will verify the document, and they're not, if they're not satisfied with your document, and they have rights to reject the application. It's almost like a cancelled and rejected. Okay, and the final stage is the one is approved. Once your application has been verified by Identity Malta on Jobs Place, and all other inputs is perfect by provided by your employer and you, so they will finally check your all the document and approve the document, and you can see the status is approved. After you see the status is approved, your Identity Malta will send an email to your employer with the letter saying that your application has been accepted and granted to work here in Malta, which is the letter called approval in principle letter. Okay, that is the letter that you have to use to proceed your work visa through the VFS Global Services, which I have explained in a separate video already, which you can check it in my channel. What is approval in principle letter and how it will look like, and what is the procedure to apply for a work visa, which allows you to travel to Malta and proceed your employment here in Malta. Okay, and this is the last stage. And for all these stages, it will take almost 6 to 8 weeks to complete this Malta single application procedures. Okay, so you have to be wait very patiently for 6 to 8 weeks. After that, you can ask your employer to send a email to Identity Malta by requesting to check the status, and also you can also send to Identity Malta to check the status by providing the reference number that I have showed you in this video a few minutes back in the Identity Malta single permit web page. So mention the reference number and request them what is the status of your single permit application. Okay, so mostly it will be valid if your employer send a reminder email to Identity Malta to check the application status. Okay, hope this video is very useful, and if you have any clarification, you can always reach me out at visittomalta@gmail.com, or you can reach me out to WhatsApp by by reaching out to the website. Okay, and contact us page. You can check in my website for the WhatsApp link. Also, you can comment in this video if any clarification. All right. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to subscribe my channel to see more upcoming videos. Okay, which I'm going to explain in very detail about Malta jobs and Malta working permit and Malta work visa procedure and things to do that you have to do when you reach in Malta. All right. Thank you so much and good luck.